So we've all heard of these people that can hear things, see things, feel things that other people might not be able to hear, see, and feel. And no, I'm not talking about the crazy people. Well, I guess that would depend on what you consider crazy, but we're not referring to like crazy people. I'm more referencing people more like Abraham Hicks, Shaman Durek, activation vibration, people that are in touch with the other realms. That type of stuff has always fascinated me, and I always wish that I had some magical power. We're gonna cut the video because I hope you can hear that. Okay, we'll reference that back later and you'll understand. Okay, so I wanted to tap into my powers. And I know that because of my personality type, I can't just sit quietly like a monk and not think. I wasn't advanced enough for that, okay? So I had to figure out something that would work for me. So I came across this meditation app. It's called Synctuition. I'll link it below for you. And it is a paid app, which at first I didn't know if I felt comfortable doing. But then I thought about it and was like, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it because I know it'll hold me accountable. And I liked all of the research that they had and kind of proof and validation that they had on what this meditation app would do for you. So you guys definitely should check that app out. I will also link a free app that I use sometimes, but ever since I downloaded the app, I have been using it for the last 7 months straight, every day. And let me tell you, magical things are starting to happen, and I'm gonna share those with you. So the first thing, it's very common for most people. And I had kind of seen this before in the past, but never to the level that I see it now, which is seeing the angel numbers. I know that one you might give me an eye roll for because so many people are onto that. But let me tell you, I almost always see an angel number, and sometimes I really see it right on time. So that's the first thing. Okay, the next thing that happened, I didn't even realize it at the exact moment, but then I did. So I opened up my blind one morning and I have a fenced-in backyard. Tell me why there was an owl sitting right outside my window on the fence, and it didn't move when I opened the blind. I got a photo of it and everything. And I was just at first kind of like, wow, there's an owl out there. I'm gonna take a photo so I can show my husband. And then as I started thinking about it, I'm like, was that a spirit animal? And of course, I went down the rabbit hole of looking up spirit animals. And yes, then I was like, okay, I think the owl is my thing right now. So then as time progressed, that's why I paused the video earlier, I literally said, I want to have magical powers like that. And the owl started doing its thing outside. I don't know where it's at, and I don't think you could actually hear it in the audio, but it did it. That's why I was kind of stunned. But I hear it all the time now. Like, I'll go outside, I'll step outside because I really enjoy doing that because it's just good for me. And I'm quiet, and then there's the owl. Or I'm getting ready to go driving, and I'll hear the owl as I'm getting into my car. Or I'll arrive home and I hear the owl when I get home. And before I started meditating, never heard an owl around here, so I don't know. The next thing, okay, so I'm finally feeling sensations. So for instance, the other morning I was doing a meditation and I had my earbuds in, and I'm laying there and I'm listening to the Synctuition meditation. And it was interesting because it said something like, you are the wind. And I got this crazy, like up my feet, through my legs, almost like a cold chill, but it was like so intense that I literally had tears come out of my eyes. Yeah. So I was like, okay, wow, that was strange. And then I was like, in my mind, it was like, okay, spirit guides, if that was you, intensify it. And it intensified, which was pretty magical. And so a few minutes went on and I continued on with the meditation. And then it said in the audio, you are the thunder. and it took over like my whole body. It's hard to explain, like the sensation. It was just intense. It didn't hurt, but it was intense. And I just said, okay, thank you. I felt that, and just let that be what it was. But now I'm like super excited because I want that to happen a lot. Like, I'm trying to strengthen these abilities. So again, I don't exactly know what I need to do with this ability yet, but it was pretty cool. Okay, the next thing, it actually happened again one night during my meditation. So I have my earbuds in, I'm listening to my Synctuition, and I've been kind of going through some things, stressed out, and I was actually excited to meditate. So I'm laying in my bed, earbuds in, and I've been asking for answers, asking for guidance, because I'm in a really bad situation that I really need help with. And for the first time ever, I heard a voice that was not my voice, and I feel like it came from my right side. I don't know if that means anything special, but I heard it, and it said, trust. And I literally had a breakdown. I almost get emotional thinking about it because that's exactly what I need to do. And I have a hard time with that. I'm a Taurus, I'm a redhead, I'm left-handed. I am a control freak. I'm constantly trying to control my world. So I have a hard time just letting go and trusting. And when I heard that, yeah. Okay, so the next thing, it actually happened last night. And I think it was right on time, and I'm so excited about this one. Okay, so I had, like I said, some stress going on, and the last couple of days, I had a very big trigger regarding the situation I'm dealing with that is causing me major stress. So last night, I went to put the dishes in the sink, and we have a window. And I look out the window, and there's a blue bird. I just heard my owl. Okay, so yeah, I was like, oh my God. And I grabbed my husband's phone because it was closest to me, and I took a photo, and I'm like, it's a blue bird. I've never seen a blue bird. And then I walk around so I could go grab my phone, and I looked out the other window, and you guys, there was like this tropical looking bird. It was probably like this big, and I live in the Panhandle in Florida, not like Miami, so I've never seen tropical birds around here, but it was this beautiful big blue bird that had like this beautiful design on its back. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is like a sign. These are like animal spirit guides. And I acknowledged it, and then it flew away. And so of course I'm like, Dr. Google, answer Google. And I'm just kind of like, what is the bird? What's the blue bird? And of course it has all kinds of good meanings about joy and happiness and good news. Good news is on the way. So I am praying that that beautiful blue bird, well, both of them, hopefully I'm getting ready to get some good news, you guys, because I really need some good news, okay? The next thing is I feel like I am finally starting to get downloads. Sometimes I get annoyed hearing people talking about they get their downloads, and I'm like, I want a download. How do I get a download, right? And so as time has progressed with me meditating every day, finally, I think I'm starting to recognize a download feeling. So I'll just literally get an impulse to, like a video idea, or if I'm working on the thing that's stressing me out, I'll have a random strong urge to be like, go do this one thing, go look up that one thing. And so I'm pretty sure that these are the downloads that I'm getting, and I'm going to definitely just keep paying attention to those things and strengthen that as well. This one, it's going to be kind of super weird probably to say this, but again, if you're my community, which I hope you are, maybe you'll understand. And if you're an advanced meditator, you'll definitely understand. So sometimes it happens during meditation to where I almost kind of feel the separation between this body and then the spirit, the soul, the observer inside of my body, to where I can almost separate them. And let me tell you, there's been some times to where I kind of didn't want to go like back to my body because it just seemed better like when I was just zenned out and like not attached to this brain with all these thoughts. But yeah, so I felt like I could feel the difference. And then sometimes now, in a meditation the other night, I was doing breathing, which I really like different breathing techniques. I'm a big fan of Wim Hof, but I'm also a big fan of like alternate nostril breathing. So sometimes when I'm doing my breathing, I will start getting that same sensation of where I almost feel like I'm present of that inner being and can feel it, if that makes sense. So I'm like feeling my spirit, if that makes sense. So a couple things I've noticed that is just kind of different about me and my personality now that I would like to share is I feel like I can hear things more clearly, like because I'm so much more observant. So when you're listening to Synctuition, you always have earbuds in, and it has binaural beats and a lot of natural sounds. So it's training your brain, which I really like and appreciate because it's actually strengthening your brain, and it really is. So now I feel like when I go outside or just anywhere, but especially outside, I can hear things that I never was paying attention to before, like little sounds of birds or little sounds of water dropping or whatever it may be. I'm just picking up on more sounds, like my senses have really improved. And this is kind of impressive. So like I said before in the beginning of the video, I usually just didn't like to be in the quiet. Like I could not stand it. Like I always need music on or something in the background, something going on. Like I usually just couldn't stand the quiet. And now that I've been meditating for 7 months, I find myself actually wanting to be in the quiet. Like I will take a shower with no music on, with no learning audio book on. I'll just be in the shower and I'll find myself listening to the water. And that's meditative in itself. And then I'm kind of expecting and hoping during these times of quietness that I can get more, downloads and signs. And then again, this one kind of goes with the last one, but usually when I would go to the beach, I felt like I needed to have earbuds in and doing something or kind of look preoccupied so I didn't have to talk to random strangers. But now I can actually go down to the beach and just walk and feel the sand on my feet and feel the water touching my skin and feel the breeze on my face. And it almost feels different. It sounds different. It feels different. The wind hits differently. Like everything just seems more alive. Like I'm more alive. It's incredible. So if you're not meditating, I would highly recommend you try to find what works for you. I do like doing earbuds in the ear with different meditation apps because I can focus on those apps and the sounds really hard to where then I'm like not paying attention to my own thoughts. And you just get more advanced, more advanced, more advanced. It's kind of like exercising. You just get stronger and stronger and stronger at it, which is amazing. So I would definitely recommend that. And then my goal is I'm just going to continue to do it and try to strengthen these new magical powers that I feel like I'm finally starting to get.